Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Hopefully, you're not feeling that glow in the dark feeling after the United States has nuked Iran. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
You glow in the dark yet?
I'm waiting for the superpowers. To kick in.
Exactly. Just crazy, right? I mean, did you expect that?
No, but I'm not surprised. I mean, I would have bet against, but am I surprised? Not really. So,
honestly,
what do you think?
Honestly, here's my personal opinion. After I don't watch the news, but I have ended up when I woke up every morning, I work out and then I watch some sort of motivational videos, and then I saw that the news was talking about what had happened. Decided to click on it, and then I could see that Trump, right, did not call for the strikes. Somebody else in the government, right? Probably because, we're dealing with printed money, right? And somebody was like, here, General.
Here's a suggestion on what's going on.
You're going to war now.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Oh, what's that? You can get court-martialed? Listen up. Those who print money run the show. Not some idiot president. Got it? So that's what went down.
Yeah.
And so I think something like that went down. I don't know if it's exactly like that. And then President Trump, in order for him to not look like he's not in control, he's got to lean into it.
Say something, yeah.
Right? Because it's the only thing that makes sense when he tweets out, oh yeah, I bombed the shit out of you. Let's sue for peace.
Yeah, that was the logic was perfection, right? Now that I bombed you, we can talk about peace.
Are you feeling okay, Trump?
The logic is flawless, right? Flawless logic.
Did you not reread that?
Flawless. Yeah, but like you said, I think it's all a puppet show anyway. And this is funny. Like, people are now fighting on Dubai. Yeah, sure. Dubai is a war zone. Guys,
exactly.
we are in a war zone.
Exactly.
Jesus.
We're done. We're done.
It's over. So people
we got weapons of mass destruction here in Dubai.
Bunkers and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
If you look outside of the window, it's really bad.
Yeah.
Terrible. So yeah, we actually are not in Dubai. We are streaming from undisclosed location. We had to panic.
Exactly. Wow, people.
How dare you?
Damn.
It is what it is, man. What can we do? We can just make some nice content, have some laughs, right?
That's the sound of a nuclear bomb going off.
We've been nuked.
Yes, that's what happened to our friggin' portfolio, though.
Oh yeah, that's a different story. I was looking at the profits and taking screenshots.
Yeah. So was that.
And I was like, Monday's gonna be fun. And then I woke up and I was like, oh. And I was like,
and it's gone.
I'm gonna talk about it.
Yes,
right?
we'll talk about it later on in the show. Just make sure, because we warn you over and over again, because we warned you not to follow us into this nonsense.
Yes.
I even tweeted out, hey, what are the odds that this man is going to do well?
Yeah. I mean, I have a couple of sexist screenshots.
Oh, damn, yes.
And
alrighty.
I look at them. I look at whenever I feel sad. I look at my screenshots.
Yeah, exactly. All right. With that said, make sure you hit the like, right? Hit the subscribe. Head over to Mr. M's podcast, right? He's got a great banger here going off, right? What is this one about?
So the one on the left, this one is about Misty, or MSTY.
Oh, okay.
I actually sat down virtually with Adriano. He has a channel called Passive Income, Investing Income, and he talks about all the passive way to make money on a monthly. And we literally broke down and decomposed MSTY and why could be a play for some people. So I learned a lot from that video. It's an hour long. But if you want to know about an ETF called MSTY, check it out. It's really interesting.
Awesome. All right, so let's get on to the jokes.
But we have plenty. Look at this. Regular or premium? Oh no, thanks. I'm just looking. This is savage.
Yeah, exactly. This looks pretty.
Yeah, do you know
One of these days I can afford that.
Do you know when you go into expensive stores and you just, no, I'm just browsing. That's going to happen with petrol. I mean, I know it's savage. Guys, today is going to be all about laughs, right? 'Cause
Exactly.
that's what we can do.
Just enjoy, man. That's all we can do, man.
So
'Cause
sit down,
We
relax.
can't control that the strait is going to be mined and there's no oil coming for you and food and all that kind of good stuff. Hey, that's somebody else's fault, right? Not
Exactly.
ours.
But we can choose how to react to that.
Exactly.
Right? So we're having fun. That's the spirit. Indeed. Again,
And
that's
that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
another fun one. Memes out of control. Memes out of control. Incredible. Okay,
All
so
right.
here's some hopium.
Oh gosh.
Some hopium. Okay, so
Does anybody really feel like hopium today? All right, there we go. We got one person.
I am.
You can
Always.
put a 1 if you're feeling the hopium.
Yeah, put one if you with me feeling the hopium. I still believe that we have another leg up before the final peak. I mean, now we don't know when, we don't know how high, but I feel like, and it's just my feeling, I could be wrong here, but I think Bitcoin is gonna have, it might go boring for summer, right? But at some point it's gonna pop. So I'm still thinking we are in a bull market. How do you feel?
Well, whilst this looks like we're going to be going back down to 93, right? And things are not going to look so good for a while. You're always going to have the count on the Michael Saylors, and the 21s,
Yeah.
all those things, Metaplanets, and all those new corporations that are just going to be consistent. Because as much as let's talk about what happened on the weekend, right? I want to talk about that.
Go for
As
it.
much as this happened on okay, Bitcoin went down on the weekend, and people say it was because Iran was bombed, and that was part of it. I have to agree that was part of it, but it was also a planned attack. The government, obviously, and people who are wealthy want to gain some cheap Bitcoin. And so what they can do is paint the tape. They can get some Bitcoin from your ETF, right? Especially since, the ETF can actually just, sell a short contract to pay you the cash, and then keep the Bitcoin for appropriate time to sell into the market to dump the price. They don't have to worry about cash because cash can just be printed. So even if they were to make mistakes and their balance sheet gets off, don't worry. They get a bailout. You don't. So with that said, this is how they managed to manipulate the price. They've been doing this for gold since the 80s, since Paul Volcker said, you know what, my job would be easier if we just managed the price of gold. And so from then on, they started managing the price of gold and doing a great job of it. Of course, you could only manage it for a certain amount of time, and then that stops because there's, once again, people like Michael Saylor out there. What do you think?
I completely agree. I mean, if you look at the ETF, I mean, we have some data on the ETF towards the end of the show, and follow the money. Like people have panic sold to corporations their Bitcoins. Oh my God, this is going to happen. I've seen a bunch of comments. I saved some of the questions for later. There's one that I really enjoyed, and he said, make sure you take your COVID vaccine before the nukes touch down. That's it.
True. Savage.
There you go.
Savage.
Sir, I applaud you to that. That's exactly how I feel. But yeah, we have some data on the ETF. So yeah, people are selling. People, they're panicking, right?
More. What's it called?
Opium.
Opium.
Okay, so here's the thing. Some people are saying the bull market starts next week. The bull market starts today. Altcoin season is about to go up. The Bitcoin dominance has a different story to tell, right? And you've been telling this since as long as I remember, like when we started the show, saying dominance wants to go higher, and he will go higher.
Yes, for sure. But honestly, unfortunately, we see if you look at the chart, we have
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
M pattern here. Right? So just saying, right? And the target, right, happens to be where we were saying, right, the 93K. So 92, probably where the gap is on what's it called? The gap. There's a gap here, of course, so that we have to fill that first. So if you've got any long trades, you want to exit them well at the 102, or else you're going to get screwed, right? Can it get higher? Yes, it can come all the way back up to 200 period moving average on the 1 hour before we actually fail. So, but at the end of the day, you don't want to take that risk. You want to like start getting out of your positions or reversing your positions to your short positions, because you don't bet against this M pattern. You just don't, right? Especially since, we closed a candle below that level. And so you could say, well, when do we know that this is invalid? Well, of course, all the way at the 110.
Yeah.
And really, we have to break it at all-time high, really.
I mean, it makes sense. I think we will see in September, I think Jerome is going to touch the interest rate. They're going to print money or whatever. So I think towards the end of the year, it's going to be happy days. But we have summer in between, and it could be a bit depressing, right?
Yeah, it's
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
summer.
But again, I see a lot of comments in the chat saying, oh, the bull market is over. This is why I believe it's not. Because everyone is saying it is, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's over, guys. It's just it's summer. Summer has been always bad for Bitcoin. So people are going to go on holidays.
I don't think it's over, but it doesn't help.
It doesn't help, yeah.
It's not, because now, right, if we fail at the 92 and we don't hold the 92 on a weekly level, we're screwed. It's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could go all over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. So I would have preferred for us to stay away from key levels like that.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, but that's where the fun comes in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, Bitcoin is volatile, so he does those things, and he likes to trick people into, oh my God, the bull run is over, or whenever we go back into it, because I believe it's not, people are going to believe that we're going up forever, and then we're gonna crash. So whenever, I mean, this is my 2 satoshis. Whenever the majority of the people are bearish, you buy, and whenever everyone is super euphoric, you sell, right? So you go against the masses.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what happened, right? I saw the collapse, and I didn't exit my trades when I should have. When I was telling everybody, I don't know if you guys were watching the trading show, but I was telling people, hey, you got to exit the trade at 106, right, and higher. And I got greedy, and I didn't exit my trade on time. So it is what it is. And there we go. We are down. We're at a level that you should be right now exiting your trades, right? If you have a long trade. Now, does that guarantee that we're not going to go higher? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay? It's just based on probabilities, right? Because we've done this, it's probable we're going to go lower. Probable.
I agree.
Not absolute, right? Just remember that.
I agree. I'm also expecting a retest on the lower, but that doesn't mean the bull run is over, I believe.
Yeah.
So we could go down, retest the 90s, even the 80s for what it's worth. But that wouldn't, I mean, if we then break certain levels, like you said, well, then I'll say I was wrong, and we're going to into the winter, I think, bear market.
Yeah, we're going to get into the winter if we break the 92 at this point. You've seen it on your charts. You have a chart where we bounced, right? Off the 76er level. That was accurate. We bounced nicely. It was close to like being lights out, and we didn't. And now we have another close call coming up with the 92, right? So
exactly. Plus, and by the way, I've seen a couple of comments saying, "Oh, Chris, Crypto sold this Bitcoin." Guys, okay, there is. I mean, we know Chris, right? He has a portion of his Bitcoin which
he doesn't sell.
Exactly. So he's trading. So of course he's selling and buying Bitcoin. But it doesn't mean he's out, right?
Yeah, same with Carl, right? He did a big sell, right?
Exactly, but that doesn't mean they sold
They're not
everything.
out. They're not out.
Exactly. So there's a difference in between the bucket or the portion you want to trade for the cycle and your stack, right? So, don't forget that.
Yeah, so if let's just say they sold and then Bitcoin reverses here, right? The M pattern gets invalid and reverses gets it to 120. Are they wrong? Do they have no Bitcoin left? No, of course not. They have lots of Bitcoin.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, there's 100%. And look at this. Sailor, and by the way, Metaplanet, these people are buying. And again, like I said, we have some data on the ETF. Institutions are accumulating hard. They are buying your panic. Because even if, let's entertain the idea that this bull market is over, which I don't believe, but it's a possibility, right? So let's say it's done, it's finished, this was the top. Well, in 10 years from now, do you really think Bitcoin won't be higher than 100,000? So then what people with money are doing, they are buying because they are betting on the long term. And all these people, they are panic selling, oh my God, we're going to crash. And maybe we go down to 80 or whatever it is. Yeah. In 5 years, 10 years from now, they'll have so much more return.
Yeah, Bitcoin is basically your Microsoft or your Google or your Apple in the early days, right? Right after it did all of these stocks did very, very well at one point, right? And you thought you missed it. It was over. Right? They did extremely well. And they went on to blow your imagination, right? With hundreds of thousands of X from the level when people thought they missed it. This is a point where you're going to feel that you've missed it, and it will go on to make hundreds of thousands of X's. Why? Because it's going to wipe out all currency, right? That's what it's going to do.
Exactly.
So don't miss this boat. Get on it. Stay here for the long term. And I mean, when I mean long term, that means like far out, man. Like, I'm sorry, dude. You gotta think big. You can't be thinking like, my next burger for tomorrow. If you're gonna do that, well, you're always gonna remain poor.
I know. And this is the hardest part of Bitcoin, right? So 100,000, 80,000, even 60,000, it doesn't matter. In 10 years from now, this thing is going to be worth $1 million, right? So who cares if you bought at 90 or 100K? Who cares, man? Like, imagine going back, I think you tweeted it, going back in 2015, okay? Would you care if you bought at $3 or $100 or at $1,000? I mean, who cares? It's 100,000. Like, it doesn't matter. I believe it's the same, right? Moving forward, 10 years from now, 90, 50, 40, 120, who cares? This thing is going to $1 million.
Exactly.
It's just like you have to think in years, right? This is interesting. Colin has been talking about this, and he is measuring the M2 with a different offset of days. This is the 83 days, and there's been a detachment from correlation, I guess, with the M2. Again, it depends on what time frame you use. With the 83 days, apparently we broke off this, which apparently it happens. Sometimes there's a weak correlation, a strong correlation. So apparently we're entering another area of detachment from this. But
maybe.
But I don't think it's, like I said, I mean, in September, Jerome Powell has to touch the interest rate. And when that happens, oh boy, I think we will rally a little bit. Now, the question is, like you said, it depends how low we've gone. But true. I guess time will tell. But this was interesting, I thought, because there's a time where we are following the M2, a time we are not following the M2. And of course, everything else is impacting, right?
Yeah, we could separate for a while and then pump back up.
Go back into it.
In that zone, but you never know, right?
Exactly. And by the way, this is the 83 days, and the other one is 107. I think on the 107 are still on track. It's just depending on the time frame.
Would you consider this technical analysis or fundamental analysis?
I don't know. It's a good question. Probably not technical analysis. Probably
it's
fundamental.
And the problem with fundamental analysis is that it can be correct, but not in the short term.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the data is just like goes all over the place, right?
Because you have a system of free printed money, and with that system of free printed money, they can control in the short term right? Not in the long term prices of assets, right?
You can open the top. Yeah.
It is what it is. And then we have a complex financial system where there's all kinds of complex derivatives and stuff that you can actually help, one, reduce the number of, reduce the pressure of people buying. Two, actually start putting the pressure on the opposite direction, right? So, because people do not do not consider, they always look at the short term and they do not consider the long term, because the long term, right, it just feels like, well, I need to eat now. I need to feel good now. I need to have something now. I want to have that Lamborghini now.
I know.
So it's easy to shake out the weak hands in the short term, right, with short term movements, right? Because, and I say short term was like a year or two.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think was it Michael Saylor that said, if you buy something and your time frame is less than 10 years, you are a gambler. Like you invest into something, and if you invest, your time frame has to be decades. You know, and I agree with that. If you are planning to buy Bitcoin to sell it when we go quote unquote higher, you are gambling. Whether if you are investing into the asset, you want to look into decades, 10, 15, 20 years.
So yeah, I think we're going to, me and Maurizio are opening up something, working on something to start getting people to learn how to invest and save for the long term and focus on the future, their long-term future prospects, not just their short-term gains, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are looking for like ways to make money in like trading or buying assets and stuff like that for the short term, but that's a different game, right? You need to start learning how to save, right? Because when you save your wealth, that builds your future builds yourself into a better future where you feel like, yeah, I can afford that. I could do whatever I like because you feel wealthy, right? Not just because it's not only just having the numbers in your account, because you can give yourself, if you believed that you had $10 million in bank account, you'd feel good, right?
Yeah.
You'd feel good, right? So even though you haven't spent any of it, right? So that's what the feelings you should get. You're working towards getting a permanent feeling that you're going to be safe, you're going to be good because you've got this wealth stored away. And so I think that's very important.
Exactly. And by the way, if you, Bitcoin doesn't have to be your answer, it is my answer, right? Everyone has his own choice. But all I'm saying is if you wish to go down this path, my advice will be think on the longer time frame. Because if you are in for the 6 months or even the cycle, which is 4 years, you are going to get slapped so hard. And I've been there, you've been there as much as most of anybody else. So we are telling you based on our experience, the longer you stay in this game, the better the rewards are. So think cycles, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, instead of, oh my God, Bitcoin is going to 90K. Who cares? In 10 years from now, I believe you would wish you would have bought at 90,000, right?
Exactly.
So that's the mindset. Again, like you said, there is a potential retest on the lower band. We could even go lower, right? It could go lower, like 93, 92. I don't care. It doesn't. I'm used to those numbers, those shakes. Who cares? 2017 was brutal, man. We've seen 47% corrections.
And it's gone.
So yeah, I don't care. Bring it, bring it. I think you posted a meme that when people are saying, "Oh my God," and it was like, "I bought it $16. Who cares?
$16K, yes,
or whatever it was." So if you bought the bottom there at 15 or 16K, who cares? Even if you go to 50, you are in profit, right? So this is funny. Okay, Peter Schiff tweeted and he goes, "Other than Sailor, who's buying the dip below 100K?" By the way, I did. And John replied, "Me, being a client of yours for 10 years, Bitcoin has done better in just 2. Damn.
Oh, man, can you imagine?
How dare you?
Like, I've been following Peter Schiff well before, like since the 2008 collapse, right? Since 2008, basically. And, I never invested with him, and I've considered it for a while, and then I realized it's not investing in stocks and stuff like that is not for me, right? because it's just not. There's not enough income coming in, or increase in your wealth from stocks, right? And when I saw Bitcoin, I thought, man, this is the easiest thing to freaking increase your wealth. So he should have been like talking about it, supporting it well before that, because when he heard about it, it was like $7.
Yeah, we spoke to him, remember? And in the end, of the podcast, he said, I've heard of Bitcoin, but
And I mean, you could have put in small amounts of like $1,000, man. Jesus fracking Christ! Back then, that would have been nothing. That would have been like a dinner for him.
But that's why, he's so against it, because I think has so much regret inside.
Right? And it would have been a dinner for most of his clients. Here, throw a dinner's worth of money in that. See what happens.
Yeah.
Right? I can't guarantee it, but hey, you know what? It's at the beginning, right? The very beginning.
Yeah.
Right? It can go to zero. It can do something crazy, right? That's okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's all it would have taken. And that's where you are today, even today, right?
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Otherwise, you can do this. In April 2021, Ethereum was at 2,200, and Ethereum today is what? 2,200? Damn.
If we take a look at the Bitcoin chart,
Bitcoin versus Ethereum.
This is another key break level, and that means the best thing you could hope for is to retest this and bounce off of this downward trend line, but unlikely. We're going to retest. The odds are going to retest the lows here.
And if it breaks, oh boy.
Yeah.
Hold on tight.
Yeah.
Hold on tight.
Yeah. The dominance, I'm telling you, although it's not going to be a rocket ship ride to 74%, it's coming. Look, that's December 2025. Dude.
I know.
Dude.
Yeah. In the theater next to you, it's coming.
Right? It's not letting up. I already told you the 66% was locked in. Locked in. Right here. It was locked in.
Yeah, you've been talking about this. I remember you draw those lines way back.
I know.
Way back.
Like if you watch my videos from 3 years ago, those lines were still there.
That's nuts. It could go higher. Yeah. I mean, it looks like Bitcoin wants to dominate for a little bit longer. So the hope of altcoin season, you want to park it, at least for now. Nothing's gonna stop this train. Nuts.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Nuts. This happened. So Texas Strategic Bitcoin Reserve is officially signed into law.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, this is fundamental information, right? That Bitcoin long term will be doing very well. So you just have to hold your reserves for that long term. I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait 10 to 15 years. And you might say, that sucks. Okay, well, sorry, right? You can't be a millionaire tomorrow, right? If you wanted to be a millionaire by working, how long does it take, right? If you worked 16 hours a day, right, on your own business, right, you could probably pull it off in a year, right? Do probably more than $1 million.
Yeah,
but that's what it takes. But it takes that you got to pay for that
Yeah,
with lack of sleep.
Yeah, and also it depends on the business, right? Like not all businesses.
But
are giving you
exactly. And then you might not be successful. But what you could get from that is the education, and you have to try again and again.
Oh yeah,
and again
100%.
Until finally, boom! Sometime within 5 years, if you did that, right, failed, you would be multimillionaire.
Yeah.
But you got it. But here's what has to happen: time has to pass. Boom.
You know, the funny thing is, if you ask a bunch of successful entrepreneurs how they've made their millions, I bet there is like a very small percentage of people, they've done one business and that one business gave them a lot of money. It's been a bunch of different companies doing different things, doing different tests. And then, like you said, They just keep consistently creating things, starting companies, investing money. At some point, something's going to pop. And then they're lucky, right? Because luck is measured like this. But in fact, they've done a bunch of different things. I know a lot of people, they've done over 40 businesses, and then one, worked. But they've done 40 before, and they all failed.
Yes.
So that's the mindset. So again, another example of, and I've seen a bunch of comments, I'm saving some of the questions for later, but you have to think in terms of, it's an investment. So you have to prolong your time frame, man. You can't FOMO into a coin and pretend to buy a Lambo tomorrow. This is how you lose all the money.
Exactly.
But this is brilliant. Look at this. 47. Fear. Kind of neutral. Over $100,000. This is insane. Like if I would told you this 10 years ago, I wouldn't believe it. The Bitcoin would be over 100K and the market is kind of neutral in fear. This is nuts. Complete nuts. In a very positive way. And again, June has
down
been
3%. So that's it. Game over, man. Game over.
You're going to zero.
Exactly. You know what? I think it's gone back to, Bitcoin is like a stock now. This has become fear.
Yeah, 3% is huge. Oh my God, 3%.
That's it. Wiped us out.
The funny thing is we've seen 40, 45, even 90%. I've seen my portfolio going down 90%. So this is just, I don't care. What's 3%? Dude, when people say Bitcoin is crashing, guys, you've never seen a crash before. You've probably seen most crashes ever. But even in my own 10 years, I've seen 90%. So 3 doesn't even bother me anymore. Okay, the price is going higher, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of correction, until it's over 40, I don't even blink, right?
Exactly. Brilliant.
Who cares? Exactly. Rookie numbers, 3%. Look at the ETF. Follow the money. So, okay, but 19 was a bank holiday, right? So nothing happened. On the 18, we've seen 386 million. And on the 20th of June, we've seen BlackRock buying 50 million. There's been some selling pressures, but still. But
this is part of the reason why they waited for the weekend to drop the bombs, right? Because then because there was no, they can sell the price down, then paint the tape down, and get the price because there's a lot of those low liquidity. Nobody was interested in buying at those times, and so boom, the price went all the way down, and then Monday morning comes, discount city, got to get some, right?
Indeed.
It's what the game played, man. Oh well, okay. With that said, we're on to the scary part of
the filthy part.
Yeah, just
I don't really want to look at the portfolio
I exactly.
But hey, Fartcoin is up. So I think someone posted. I think it was Rob, Digital Asset News, and he goes, "We are so back," and he posted the Fartcoin chart.
Really?
Yeah. It was hilarious.
Damn.
It was hilarious.
Fart cat.
How's it going? Can I go on the laptop?
Yeah, you ready? Look at that.
Emotional damage.
I saw a 6 handle when I got up this morning. It was actually a lot worse when it was when Bitcoin was at 98. This was like $6,000. It was like, yeah, it was like.
And it's gone. That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
But the most important question is, have you taken screenshots?
Of course.
Over the weekend. Because I did.
Oh, man. Did we, what happened here, man?
Did we buy
Fart
this?
Hub, yes, we did.
I don't even remember buying this. Damn.
He needs some milk.
Oh.
This one got a little bit rugged. I think we got rugged on that one.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Damn.
And it's gone.
Ooh, this is...
And then your favorite, which I knew... Oh, wait. It's coming back.
Coming back.
It's coming back.
Let's go.
LFG.
No financial advice. Oh, yeah. There's nothing here. This, by the way, was so funny. We've gone into it. I put 1 Solana. Then it went up. I put another Solana in, and I was like,
"Yeah, man,
let's go!" And
let's go.
Basically, I made 5x on this, but I didn't sell.
Nope.
So I went to sleep. I went to sleep thinking, "Oh, tomorrow is gonna be good. I'm gonna show Da Vinci I was." And
it's gone.
This is funny. But hey, I have learned my lessons. No. Take screenshot? Yes.
Yeah, screenshot.
That's probably going to do it
Screenshot,
again.
man.
But hey, look, it could go higher. Where's the button?
Even Pebble Peep broke its like key levels.
No.
Pebble Peep, man. Pebble
No.
Peep. Pebble Peep.
By the way, who the hell is selling? We are the only one who buy this. And that's and that's how it should. That's how it should be.
It should be, you know.
Who the hell is selling?
I don't know.
How
I don't
dare
know.
you?
How dare you?
There's nobody here.
There's nobody. Like it's $40.
Well, there's 4 transactions, right?
Damn.
So 3 sellers, 1 buyer.
Shame on you. How dare you?
How dare you?
Damn.
It's probably someone who woke up, like the meme, woke up from the thing. You say,
Yeah.
oh, this is a live
Yeah,
sell.
yeah.
It is what it is.
Oh man, I can't believe it, man. Okay, well, are we gonna go in the trenches and start digging?
This
I know, it's like I don't feel like digging after this. I feel like
we could just like pick one, maybe,
let's just do one.
because we're gonna get slaughtered, right?
Exactly.
It's-
Right, so which one do we say?
Someone was talking
First-
about this one in the chat, like that one. Yeah, they talk about that one.
Ah, boy.
What time frame are you in?
I'm getting the feeling of Rug Central here.
Rugged.
I'm getting the Rug Central feeling. Centralized rug. No.
How about new?
Exactly.
That one is. That I was about to say that one is risky.
You think?
as if everything else is not.
Exactly. Oh boy, what's this?
Aria.
No.
Aria. What's E Pepe? Oh my god. This is
I think this one rugged.
Dang is gone.
And it's gone.
E Pepe.
E Pepe, what's that
Evil
one?
Pepe.
Oh.
And it's gone.
Yeah, evil Pepe. Sorry guys. It doesn't smell.
Yeah, you know what? I just don't feel like trenching it anymore.
Yeah. What happened to purple Bitcoin, by the way? Is it still pumping?
I don't know. Let's see.
Because I remember people in the comments, oh, we will never sell. This is going higher from here. I was like, yeah. I am pretty sure it corrected. Maybe not.
Ooh, what a correction.
But that could be a good. Is it too late to get in now?
But we missed it. Yeah, you missed
Yeah,
it.
we missed the pump. But it could go higher.
But I didn't I tell you guys that this thing was going to correct?
Yeah,
right?
that's what you said. Yeah. I mean, it's gone bananas. Of course, people oversold. That's why when people say, "Oh, we're going only up from here," I'm like, guys, realistically speaking, look at that pump.
Yeah, well, wow.
Look at that week there. From week to week, it's just insane. What do you think is going to happen next? Do you think it's going to...
Well, this wick is a little bit too wicked to
It looks
stay here like that.
it looks really bad, to be honest.
So yeah, be careful out there, folks.
yeah, be careful.
Yeah, maybe we should take some off the plate. Did we already take some off this? No, look at that. Well, let's take some.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Bretta. What happened to Bretta? We can check, Thiago. I'm not sure.
Let's take some off, right? Because you know what?
I mean, still a decent profit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone up too fast. So, of course, correction was due. What happened to Bretta, by the way? Do we have still... We never sold Bretta, right?
I know,
Oh, no,
we never saw Berta, and I don't see her.
Unless she's gone...
Maybe she got
no.
delisted.
Oh, dang. Ah, dang. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, she's broken some key levels here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's broken the key levels on Solana. Solana is key to Solana, right? I think that's it. We got something right today, and
Yeah.
that's it.
We can.
Call it. But here's the thing about Solana.
What happened to Solana? Tell me.
Take a look at this chart. What is when markets fail, they have a dead cat bounce,
Oh, we're going down there.
right? And then that's it. It's lights out for a long time sideways, right? This was a dead cat bounce, and look, this dead cat bounce didn't even get to the 61.8.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not good.
that
That's
even-
not good.
It was worse than dead.
Not good.
It wasn't even a bounce.
Not good.
Okay, so you foresee? We're going down there, right? At least here.
If we came back up here to the 78.6, like held the $200 mark, took off, then I could have said yes. This is not. This is like, oh my God, dude. We're the best case scenario you could hope for is that we keep going sideways. And generally, when the market gets stuck in this kind of range here, it goes like that for a very long time, and then finally breaks below
So we will see
its
either
key
way,
level,
we
which
will see either way,
which is
right?
120, $100 or something like that ish area, and that breaks. And then once that breaks, guess where we're going there? Back to visit your $20.
Oh,
Your 30. Well, not really $30 or something like that.
damn.
So let's just say let's do a Fibonacci retracement to give us a. Not gonna go full bore on this one. I'm just gonna go this top here. So let's just say 78.6
60,
right there.
40.
Anywhere, $60 and lower is where you'd start buying, right? Because that's the target. And in this area right here, 60 to 30 to $40. That's it. Lights out, man.
Damn.
Lights out. Especially if we go sideways for a while. We're pretty much guaranteed this will be visited.
Damn.
I know, damn is right. Damn is right.
So what's gonna happen to Ethereum then? He's gonna break.
Ethereum's worse.
Yeah, exactly. Because Solana did better, right?
Ethereum, once it broke here, that means we're targeting down here, the 17.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Bart Simpson. Dope. Dope.
So, would you still consider to swap your Ethereum for Bitcoin?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old lot.
Everything. It's time to go. It's time to go for your salon. This has been telling you, right here, this dominance thing has been telling you,
Yeah, I know.
begging you, it's time to leave the altcoins. Leave it behind. Time to go.
Damn.
Since long. It's not like since yesterday.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been since we broke here. This key level right about here, this green one right here, the 47%. That's when it said it's time to go.
Yeah. I know some people have swapped Ethereum for Solana. Raul Paul is 70% into Sui. Oh my god, like that must hurt. Like hell. Because I've not seen Sui's chart, but I bet it's like these guys.
I'm sure.
So, I would never go 70% anything else than Bitcoin, but
But there are things that are going to pump, right? So, for example, I'm invested in this, and this has done well for me, right?
yeah.
And so, I'm
Threshold.
started buying this, right? And it's you can see it's turning around on there. It's pumping, and you'll always get these kind of coins once in a while inside the market. That's going to
They'll do well.
they'll do well, right? But that's not going to be the main majority of the coins, man.
Oh yeah, the majority is going to get slaughtered. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get on to the Q&A, and
Yeah, call it a day. Will Bitcoin go back to 92? Well, yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, it's very much possible, right?
yeah, there's a gap there too.
Exactly.
It's the most probable choice, probable outcome, not an absolute.
Yeah, exactly. This is an interesting one. Rakesh is saying, can manipulators bring back Bitcoin into 1K?
No, because you have Michael Saylor buying it,
Yeah.
and by the billions, and same with other corporations and governments. So it's not possible.
Yeah, the amount of money required to, 1,000 guys, this is like, we can go lower, but 1K, that's
You
just,
could do 1K of movement in a day.
that's the 1K you get.
Yeah, that's the 1K you're talking about, right?
Exactly. Monero has pumped recently. I like Monero. What could be the next target? I have not seen the charts.
I haven't seen the charts
I don't know,
either.
but I like Monero though.
Yeah, same here.
They're really cool projects, but I have not seen the chart, sorry. 40K CME gap is possible too. Dude, I don't think so.
No.
But hey, everything is possible to a degree. We could have aliens tomorrow. Again, I wouldn't count on any of these things. You'll end up like the skeleton meme, waiting to buy at certain
Exactly.
things. Just
Exactly.
DCA. That's the best thing you can do. Okay, this is an interesting one. Eric says, Bitcoin has been founded in that year. Okay, this must be Chinese calendar thing. Enemy signs, G33 predicts 80-90%. Oh, no, that we won't see a 90% drop, man.
No.
Those days are long
Those
gone.
are gone.
Maybe we'll see a 40-50%, but 90%? And I don't know, of course, but I don't think we'll see 90%. I wish. But I think those days are gone.
Exactly.
Long. Is it possible that the Bitcoin dominance does not top until the next cycle? Okay, that's interesting. Previously, dominance bottom at the Bitcoin price peak. Could we see dominance going up until the peak of this cycle? That's a good one. I guess what does the chart say, by the way?
Oh, the dominance? Dominance is headed higher.
So we could go until the end of the cycle?
Yeah, to the end of the cycle, all the way to 74. And that's where we're going to see a reversal.
It's possible. I tweeted something the other day where I said, I don't think we'll see an altcoin season anytime soon. Bitcoin has to go banana first, and then only then after, people are going to rotate capital into altcoins. I believe there's going to be some people that are going to gamble into altcoins. So we will see some sort of I don't want to call it altcoin season. It's more like a rotation season. But it's difficult to say when and what projects are going to do well.
Exactly.
It's really hard at this point.
All right, one more question. Let's do it.
Uno más. Ethereum is so disappointing. So you guys think there is no Ethereum bull market until...
Yeah, there's no, what's it called? Altcoin season.
It's
dead.
Exactly. Not at least
Dead.
for now.
Dead.
Not at least for now. We'll have to see. I believe we have to see Bitcoin going bananas first, right? But hey, I don't even know. Like some people are calling for Solana to pass Ethereum on the market cap, and I'm like, that's not gonna happen either. I don't think. So,
Yeah.
It's
All
what
right,
it
guys.
is.
Thank you all for your questions and appreciate you guys coming out to watch the show. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Indeed. Cheers.